Hi, good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm here at the office this morning, and there's a few cars here. This is in Livingston, Scotland. Here to pick up the mail, and quite a sobering mood actually to see an empty parking lot and an empty building. And one of the things that I've been thinking is that have we perhaps gone a bit too far with the lockdown? And I know several countries have started to slowly open up the restrictions, and I completely appreciate the risk and the social distancing. But if we can maintain social distancing and have processes in place, I don't see how an office uh, cannot function, and how you can still assemble people and have them sitting 3 meters away. We can move the desks out, and this is actually what's been happening in China. China's gone back to work, and I was watching a documentary where they do have offices are open. Obviously they're not at full capacity. Remote working is here to stay. Anybody that can work effectively remotely will be able to do so, but just to have meetings and be able to see people once a week, even if it's standing around a table 2-3 meters apart, as long as nobody's having any symptoms. And I think there needs to be a lot more flexibility, because the economic impact of this is going to be significant. And we've started a podcast on Financial Network, and a couple of days ago I shared the frightening statistic actually from the International Monetary Fund. The IMF came out with its economic outlook, and they've said that real GDP is going to decline globally by 3%, and in Europe about 7.5%, and in the US about 6% for 2021. Now, what that means is a significant contraction, and that is the worst economic condition that we have experienced since the 1920s, since the Great Depression. So how can we mitigate, and how can we make sure that we do not get into even a worse, the worst economic depression of all times, right? So we all talk about the Great Depression. This could be the Great Depression of 1920 and 21. And I think the government, public sector, corporate businesses have to really start talking about and thinking about an exit strategy, and how do we slowly get everyone back to work before they are devastated financially, as well as emotionally and mentally, by being forced to isolate and stay in lockdown. So those are my few minutes, and love to hear your feedback. Stay well, be safe, stay strong.